Quote, "It was basically 90 minutes of vicious mockery," the writer said. Josh pretended to have a slide projector, and he read her dialogue out loud and pretended he was giving a lecture on terrible writing as he went through the slides and made funny voices. That's bubbling up like diarrhea.
Everything is, isn't it? Well, speaking of which, welcome to the Two Gaming Dudes.
All right. If this is true, Firefly fans, I don't think are going to be happy about this.
I am a Firefly fan, and Firefly fan, fuck. And I am not happy about this.
News broke. We finally got some details about the Firefly reboot. We had heard rumblings for a while that this was coming, and we were like, wow, this is interesting.
I mean, I guess we can kind of see where potential could lie. Sure.
Well, I mean, it's still a small yet very loyal fan base.
Right.
Much like, Star Trek in '68.
Okay.
It became popular afterwards and then blossomed into this thing, and we thought, oh, maybe.
Right.
But the details, if these are accurate details, I'm not so excited anymore.
All right, well, let's go over this. So we're over at movieweb.com. We're going to check out an article, Firefly, What to Expect from the Disney Plus Reboot. That's right, they're going to reboot it
For Disney
on
Plus.
Disney Plus. So already, strike one. I mean,
they don't have a great track record.
No, they do not. And if it's going to be anything like Boba Fett or any of the...
Boba Fett.
I mean, if it comes out like, from the makers of Miss Marvel comes, then I'm not going to be happy. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Firefly canceled too soon. The original was 2002. I don't remember it being that long ago, but I guess it was. Series takes place in the far future. Blah, blah, blah. It is classified as a Western space drama. The series saw an ensemble of cast. All these people, bunch of assholes, who at the time, I don't think anybody knew who these people were. They're all insanely popular now, but...
well, Adam Baldwin was...
Okay, we all knew who Adam Baldwin was.
He had a career already.
But Nathan Fillion, I don't think we really knew who he was. Alan Tudyk, we didn't really know him all that well yet. Now these are all pretty big names.
That's great. Undoubtedly popular series, it was canceled in the middle of its first season. Only 11 of the 14 planned episodes were released.
That's right. And
do you know what it was replaced with?
Yes, I do. I was so pissed. It was replaced by The Bachelor.
Never tried to get to know me, never tried to get to know my family.
She breaks me down, she undermines me, she's mean. The thing is, I would have never done this to somebody in my life.
On Fox. Yeah.
So the 11 episodes that aired...
And they were aired out of
order.
Yes. So they made no sense anyway.
I mean, I loved it anyway because it was spaceship and I was happy, but I can get how a casual viewer would be like, what the hell am I even watching? What is this?
All right, so as we said, Firefly's initial ratings stank. The show would rebound with incredible DVD sales and a cult following that rivaled any other sci-fi show to this day. Petitions, fundraisers, online forums. So this is why we thought, if there's enough fan interest, and we sort of got the Serenity film.
Yes, we did.
Which did not do well, and really wasn't a very good movie anyway.
Well, I mean, I liked it as a wrap-up. I mean, basically it was like a really, really well-done episode of Firefly. Just kind of wrapped up a couple of the loose ends that it could, and I don't know, I thought that was the farewell, and we were done.
Here's where things get interesting.
All right.
According to an exclusive site, blah, 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 informant, Disney plans to reboot Firefly on its streaming platform, Disney+. We kind of knew this already. After their 2019 acquisition of Fox, they also bought rights to the Firefly intellectual property. It's a popular title that has been part of TV mythology since it was canceled. Here's what we know about the reboot.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Here's where shit goes wrong.
Josh Whedon has been canceled.
Well, yeah.
Because he's a toxic personality, so he's not involved.
I didn't know the details of that, actually, until I read this.
Ooh, yeah, he's a fucking dick. What an asshole piece of shit.
They actually get into it in the article, which is pretty fantastic.
According to the source, the reboot would completely restart the adventures of Captain Reynolds and his crew. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Right,
the idea is to take the series back to the beginning, so Disney Plus could make a long-running show out of it. So far, so good.
Okay. I can live with it. We're okay.
This would sell the show once again to a younger generation.
Damn it.
Now, well, at first, you're not sure, does that mean to a new generation of fans that aren't familiar? Or do they
does
mean,
it mean children?
chronologically younger?
Yeah.
Firefly was introduced as sci-fi western for mature audiences.
Correct.
Much of its subject matter was not targeted at children.
No, it was not.
There were violent gunfights, criminal undergrounds, a whore that lived aboard the spaceship.
We loved that.
Disney would like to retool the series to be a more family-friendly affair, aiming for a PG rating. And then the author quite correctly states, this is probably what will upset long-term fans.
Yes. It was this gritty Western, and that's kind of why it was so awesome. It didn't pull its punches.
We'll come back to that. Jan Freaking Robot reports its information from Daniel Rickman, Industry Insider, with a popular Twitter account, blah, 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 sells info, blah, blah. No reason to believe the information is false, given Richmond's apparent track record.
All right, fair enough.
But no new information has come to light to disprove these claims. Nathan Fillion was a guest on a podcast, Inside of You, earlier this year. When asked whether there had been talks of a Firefly reboot, he was afraid to comment because, quote, if I say anything too solid, people are going to go crazy. That's not a denial.
No, it is not.
End quote. This is a perfectly understandable comment from Nate Fillion, but it's also not a denial. We know this. Joss Whedon will not be involved.
No. Joss Whedon is not going to be involved in anything ever again, quite possibly.
Might be his career. Blah, 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 blah.
Let's see.
Whedon isn't a stranger to creating TV series, blah, Buffy the Vampire, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Allegations of workplace harassment might be why he won't be returning.
It might be.
Warner Media has conducted an investigation resulting in swift action from the studio. Exited the HBO series The Nevers, and it's safe to assume producers, especially Disney, are cautious about working with him. He's not directed any television shows or movies since leaving The Nevers.
When was that? That was years ago now, right?
He's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Anonymous.
I thought the last thing he did was Justice League.
In January 22, an interview on Vulture featured an anonymous writer who worked on Firefly, recalling a time when Whedon belittled another writer in front of several staff members. According to the writer, Whedon felt the script presented to him wasn't up to par, and rather than addressing this with the writer privately, Whedon brought together the entire writing staff. Quote, it was basically 90 minutes of vicious mockery, the writer said. Josh pretended to have a slide projector, and he read her dialogue out loud and pretended he was giving a lecture on terrible writing as he went through the slides and made funny voices.
We caught the alligator who ate the DeLuca boy. Lauren's off, all right? So then he's now stuffed and available for pictures, though, with the alligator, not the DeLuca boy. May you rest in peace. You want to come on, man?
The guys were looking down at their pages, and this woman was fighting tears the entire time. I've had my share of shitty showrunners, but the intent to hurt, that's the thing that stands out for me now.
Wow. I mean, the fact that he kept it going, so it wasn't like just the sudden outburst screaming, because we've seen that.
Arranged it, organized it and planned. I need the entire writing staff tomorrow at noon. Okay.
Right.
And then I get paid.
I've presented a slide presentation.
Cheek, like that.
Fuck. Whatever. And then Nate Fillion did an interview about more details are coming.
Right, but I don't think Nate Fillion's going to be in it either, is he?
They mentioned something else a little further down.
More details are coming.
Disney has largely kept quiet.
Obviously.
The release date, specific details haven't been confirmed, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think they've done anything.
It's
I don't think they've started shooting or anything yet.
Yeah, no. It's unlikely that the original cast will reprise their roles. Perhaps there's a chance that some actors could make a guest appearance.
Of course. So Nathan Fillion will show up as what, just
as
random
some other guy?
person?
I don't want to see him playing against somebody.
Will they do like the all-female Ghostbusters movie where he'll show up in a taxi cab?
Maybe. They might. That would be a very Disney thing to do.
Yes, it would.
Firefly has a dedicated fan base that might not be too pleased if Disney changes the tone to be more accessible for younger audiences. And with Whedon no longer making the decisions, it seems highly unlikely that this reboot will have the same feel as the original series. Fuck.
How do I describe it? It's going to be like the new Star Wars movies because there is no George Lucas now. So you have these new Star Wars movies by
whoever,
J.J. Buttface, and everything's just super fast, and it's not the same. So I think it's going to be like that, where there will be similar elements. You'll look at it and you'll be like, okay, those were things I kind of remember from Firefly, I think, but the tone will be different.
I don't have a problem necessarily with them rebooting the series. I don't have a problem with them getting new actors. Most of these guys are too old for the role now anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to be able
That's
to...
okay.
Yeah.
If they want to change the tone and make it family friendly, create a new series.
Call it something else.
That it can be. Make it a space western.
Sure.
It follows this group of rebels who got their ass kicked, and it's them making their way through the universe now. Great, and I'd watch it, and I'd call Chuck at some point and say, "Oh my God, this new show on Disney Plus, it's awesome. It's really a lot like Firefly. I think you'll like it. It's a little more childish, geared towards kids, but it's still fun." And we'd say, "Oh, cool, this is neat."
Now, what's funny, when Firefly first came out, the first thought I had when I saw the trailer and I was getting ready for that first episode was, oh my gosh, they're ripping off Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
But then I came out and I loved it, and I'm like, no. So I was able to describe it like Firefly. It's the space western. It's kind of like Cowboy Bebop if you've ever seen that, and it had
But
that.
it's got its own feel.
Yes. And I think you could do that if you weren't so terrified of doing anything that is original anymore. Everything has to be from a previously existing IP.
Because it's already successful.
Yes.
You don't have to take the risk of blowing it on something new. That's right. We've talked about this. Quentin Tarantino is the only original filmmaker in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's the only one. Everybody else is doing reboots or comic book movies or bullshit. He's the only one doing original stories. Anyway, this is a digression.
Something different.
If you're going to take that route with it, don't make it fucking Firefly.
Call it something else.
Don't make it Firefly.
It could be anything else.
And beyond that, what do you gain other than pissing off a lot of people by calling it Firefly? If it's going to be completely different and geared towards a different audience, why even bother attaching this title to it?
Because negative publicity is still publicity. And you'll have a bunch of fuckers like us on YouTube screaming about it.
But not watching it.
But probably not watching it. Oh, yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously going to watch that first episode. I gotta know. But then after the first episode, maybe it'll be like Miss Marvel, where I'm just like, okay, one and done. I don't want to watch any more episodes.
I went too deep.
Did you?
It was too many. Because I thought maybe the first one was just a fluke.
Right, and after this...
No,
it
it's
doesn't.
iCarly sitting in the MCU, fucking them out. So that's how I feel about Firefly. There's no... If you're not going to reboot it authentically, then don't reboot it.
Don't.
Do you want to do a space western? Go ahead, do a space western.
Don't
attach
call
it
it
to this.
Firefly.
Don't dangle a carrot in front of our fucking face and then yank it away because you want a broader audience. I fucking hate Disney. I'm really starting to hate them.
Yeah.
Because everything has to follow this formula so we get cast as wide a net as possible, and it just makes for shitty, formulaic bullshit. I'm sick of it.
You're absolutely right on that.
And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the Star Wars shit, I wouldn't be a subscriber to Disney Plus anymore. I wouldn't.
But damn it, they're going to have more Star Wars stuff. I got to watch.
I'm excited to see the Cassian Andor series.
We're going to have another episode here where you and I are going to talk about the new Willow series and our thoughts on that, because that's happening.
Yeah, no, it actually looks quite good.
It kind of does, yeah.
Everything I've seen
Doesn't it?
is like, they're doing this correctly. Because it's not Disney Plus.
It's not?
No, isn't it Amazon Prime?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure, yeah. Willow is owned by Disney now, so that's going to be a Disney Plus show.
Oh, let's see then.
No, Amazon's got their Lord of the Rings thing. The Rings of Power or whatever.
I don't care about that series. I really don't.
I
It's just so repetitious.
All right, well, there's our thoughts on Firefly. You got to leave some comments down there. You got to let us know. Are you excited for this reboot possibility? You think this is going to be just an absolute train wreck? Leave some comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, smash that bell.
I'll go even further.
Really?
Call it Brown Coat. Call it Brown Coats, set it in the same universe, different characters, and make it more kid-themed. And then I can say to myself, you know what? It's not really Firefly, but it's good, similar. All right.
And he's not calling himself Captain Mal.
And I'd be like, okay, it's these different guys, and they're taking a different tone. I can
live with that. That would be okay. Okay, before we go, I will say there is one more problem I'm going to have, and that's another actor stepping up and saying, "My name is Captain Mal."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, no, you're not.
Right.
We've tried it. We've done it. We've had this kid show up and say, "Hi, I'm Han Solo." No, you're fucking not. You are not Han Solo. Harrison Ford is Han Solo. I don't know who you are.
They did it with Kirk and Spock. But that's different. It's different because they've made Star Trek something else.
I guess.
They've made
I
Star-
guess I could see that.
The Star Trek...
I don't know why Star Trek got away with it the
Well,
way
they
that
didn't. They alienated the hardcore geeks like me, who were like, no, this is supposed to be social commentary on contemporary issues, masked as sci-fi.
Right, and you've turned
I'm
it into
out.
Fast and Furious.
We're done. The guys like me are out. You've got the dipshit J.J. Abrams fans now that are the Star Trek fans. So they don't care because they're fucking morons.
Fair enough.
I'm out.
But yeah, so we've done that before. There have been other shows and movies where we've done that. We've replaced an actor, threw somebody else in because we thought we could revive it, and it doesn't work.
People don't like
I don't
that.
believe you. That's not the character anymore. So if you reboot Firefly, and he comes out and says, "I'm Captain Malcolm Reynolds," if you're not Nathan Fillion, no, you're not.
There's going to be more diverse casting. One of the
think so?
crew is going to be a transgender, non-binary.
It'll be Adam Baldwin's character.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be gay.
I mean, his name's already Jane, so,
Yeah.
you know, be easy. So it'll be just like a big buff chick or something.
I don't know, but it's
Alright.
going to be something woke. They're going to give it the Disney treatment. They're going to give it the Disney treatment. I've noticed a distinct lack of Asian characters in the cast, and we can't have that. All right, this one. Who? I don't give a shit. Just get some Chinese guy.
Okay, and who's the captain of the ship? Malcolm Reynolds? The guy? The guy is the captain?
A white male patriarchal captain. Great.
I don't think so. Not on my Disney.
I want a bald, black lesbian leading the crew.
Yeah, that'll sell tickets. That's what people want to see.
Fucking hate Disney. Click subscribe. You got my blood pressure all.
All right, we'll see you in another episode. Bye-bye.
Oh, God.